Okay, here's a very quick chilli update. Today is the 5th of October. It's a bit of a cooler, rainy day out here today. Yeah, it's cooled down a lot since the last typhoon and the plants are seeming to enjoy it. So this is a red habanero that I overwintered that I didn't think would ever amount to much. Yeah, it wasn't looking so good before, and yeah, I almost threw it away, but I'm glad I didn't, because yeah, it's actually managing to put out some pods now. Yeah, it got to a certain point in the year and it just started looking really healthy, you know. It was, for a long time it wasn't doing anything. Since it was overwintered, it just stayed the same. And down here are the jalapeno plants that I bought. I bought them because they were looking really yellow and just overwatered and small pots, so I bought them more as to see if I could actually bring them around again. And they seem to have liked what I did for them. Got quite a few pods on there now. Yeah, they seem to chuck the pods out pretty easily, these jalapenos. Yeah, they're enjoying themselves out here. And up here is the Jamaican hot chocolate. This is one that I was keeping for a friend. Yeah, this one's looking alright. Still no flowers on it yet, but it's looking pretty healthy. And the other ones I was looking after for a friend are sadly not quite as good. They were looking a bit limp and weak before the typhoon, and then I put them outside after the typhoon and they kind of got battered by the aftermath and the winds. So foliage wise, not looking too healthy, but they are starting to trying to flower. Don't know if you can see that. They are starting to have some flowers on them. The ghost scorpion back here as well has also got a few buds. It's putting out, but really it's looking like it might be an overwinter job, this one. Yeah. Okay. So on the right here is the red habanero that was doing better for itself. Still is. It's chucking out plenty of pods now. Yeah, there's little pods forming all over it. Just that cooler weather since the typhoon, they're really enjoying it. It's just flowers all over this, and small pods forming as well all over the place. Next to it here is the 7-pot orange. I moved a few of the plants around and I thought I'd give this one a go out here, seeing as it's starting to cool down. Might want a bit more sunshine, because this is one of the 7 pots that is actually, it has got buds on it, and yeah, it is actually, there are actually some flowers in there. So I'm really hoping for some of these 7-pot orange to pod. So I'm really looking forward to eating a couple of them up. Okay. So this is the Thai chili. Yeah, I only noticed this morning actually. It's first pod has appeared on it, and it looks like a pretty mean and spiky pod it's got on it. Kind of dagger shaped pod. I only noticed it this morning because unlike the others I'm growing, this one comes in dark green, the same colour as the leaves. So I didn't notice it so much, but yeah, there's plenty of flowers all over this plant, so hoping for a few more of them to come out. Now it's cooling down. And this here is the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. Oh no, this is the Dorset Naga, sorry. Again, plenty of flowers all over it. It's flowers. It's not seeming to want to focus, but yeah, flowers all over it. Hoping for some pods off of this too. It's not been the healthiest looking plant all season, but I'm hoping it might shock me. Okay, so here's the small boot plants that I bought. Yeah, I've taken most of the pods off of them because they're relatively thin-walled. They go bad pretty quick, so taken them off and chucked a lot of them in the freezer. They're looking all right. One of them got attacked a bit by aphids the other day, but I sprayed it down. It seems to be all right at the moment. Fingers crossed, yeah, they don't come back. And this is the Scotch bonnet. It's not usually on the table, but it's here just for the sake of yeah, it seems every time I lean out the window I manage to snap a few bits off of it. But yeah, this plant still isn't doing anything. It got to a certain size and then it just it decided it was happy with that. Hasn't tried it flowering or anything. Yeah, I haven't even seen any progress with it, to be honest. So over here, the white habanero, which, yeah, so this one is starting to put out some buds, starting to bud up. Same with the other white habanero here. They're both trying to start to flower again. I hope they do, because I'm really interested to see what the white ones are like. I hear they're pretty hot, but pretty small. Jamaican hot chocolate. This one is actually, it was pretty much the same story as the Scotch bonnet up until now, but it is starting to give some buds. So hopefully some chilies off that. It's the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion, which I had moved this morning from the other side. It's just covered in flowers, this plant. Definitely going to overwinter this one, I think. I'm really happy with how bushy, and it seems like a really strong plant actually. So I'm hoping some of those flowers do their thing now it's a bit cooler. This here is the Butch Tea Cross, which again is just covered in flowers now it's cooling down. And yeah, there's quite a few pods actually starting on this. Yeah, there's quite a few of them actually. I went around and counted about half dozen of them this morning, and maybe another dozen that might end up being pods by the look of it, but they can surprise you and fall off, I guess. And yeah, there's even on the lower, newer branches down here, there are plenty of flowers. So yeah, hoping there's a few more to come on there. It's pretty rainy and cold today, but it's gonna warm up again next week. Not too much. It's still gonna be below 30. So here's another one of the Butch Tea. I forget which one it was that actually produced pods. Maybe it was that one. And that one definitely turned out to be a cross. It wasn't growing true Butch Tea style, even though it had the flavour. So this one's here, a Butch Tea possible cross. Again, plenty of flowers on it. I haven't seen any pods on it yet, but there may well be in there. There's so many nodes and little buds hanging down that some of them could be pods. I haven't checked them thoroughly enough. Something's been eating it. I don't know what, but yeah, it's not been destructive enough for me to worry about too much. It's only a couple of leaves it's taken a nibble out of. Okay, let's see. So 7-pot yellow. 7-pot yellow here. That hasn't flowered for quite a while. But again, the 7-pot's on what I'm really looking forward to. Another 7-pot yellow. Looking pretty good, but no buds on it yet as far as I know. 7-pot burgundy here. Yeah, this is starting to bud. just starting to bud in there, so I'm hoping for some flowers soon and hopefully some pods thereafter. This is 7-pot orange. I think this is the one that isn't flowering yet, but it looks like it's starting to bud up. This is a 7-pot brown here, which it's pretty small and compact plant, but it's just covered in buds at the moment. It's just riddled with them, and plenty of flowers coming out too. So hopefully, yeah, some 7-pot brown pods, even though I'm a bit scared about eating them personally. They put out really nice flowers, the 7-pots. This is the boot Jalokia. Again, plenty of flowers on this one. Yeah, some of them might stick, we'll see. And 7-pot brown here. This is the plant that's looking a bit healthier, but it's not quite as it's getting windy out, you know. Not quite as full of flowers as the other 7-pot brown. And down here, it's the orange habanero plant I bought. I just picked all the foliage up, all the pods off it. Sorry. Some rosemary, one of the Mexican chili peppers that overwintered from last year, and yeah, that started setting some pods on it as well. And then just some of the ornamental ones there. Alright, that's about it. Cheers.